Hi.
Burn zone.
I was inspired, Joel.
Dad's away. Let's have fun.
I also have fun party hats for those of you that are interested.
Your green screen hates it.
Who's? All right, can I get one?
I'm interested. Yeah,
hand-
pass one
hand it
over.
over. Hand me.
I have a whole bag.
Excuse me, Jimmy.
But-
I'm in the way.
Yeah, my green screen doesn't like it so much. So I've got a hat and a. There we go.
A
I feel
frog
better
tongue?
about this
Is
now.
that- Is
Yeah,
that what it is?
a red frog tongue. Clearly. Ow!
Love
That
it.
just snapped me in the face.
All right, so you may be noticing that things are a little different today. DM Corey is sick, bless his heart. So I'm prepped a one shot in about 10 minutes, and we're gonna watch the train wreck. Fun?
Wait a
Let's
minute.
do it.
We'll do
Exciting.
fantastically.
It'll be great.
I mean, just remember, if you die in the game, you die in real life. Rocks fall,
Oh,
everyone
no.
dies.
It's
I
already
didn't
inscribed on the
sign
list.
off on
I'm
that.
done.
Hey, wait,
So,
wait,
What?
wait.
Waiting.
It's a
waiting.
special little boy's
Wait.
birthday. It's a special little boy's birthday. Happy
boy.
birthday.
Who's that? Who's that?
It's Runaway Robot's birthday. Everyone say happy birthday. Should we
Yeah,
sing?
I didn't just like
Happy
have the
birthday,
party
Joel.
Birthday.
for no reason.
Please do not
That was-
sing. The lag will make it horrible.
Oh, that was
That's also
horrifying.
true. I would have sung in well
Thank you.
anyway.
I appreciate
I'd
it.
have like a
Thank you.
match for you to like blow out, but I don't want to get up, so
Yeah.
gonna have to do
That's a
it.
really
okay.
good camera. You can
Really
do. You can
okay.
do blowing.
Mhm. Just gotta check. Happy
Alright.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
I appreciate that.
There we go.
Ah,
Go, Jimmy.
Jimmy's camera
Go
just scared me.
crazy. Go crazy. Go stupid.
All right, Nat, lead us
So-
to victory, friend. Let's do it.
I will try to lead you to barely success. That's
Aw.
Woo!
Okay.
Either
Corey
way,
gave
it
us
sounded
the
good.
big.
Let's do it.
the goal. Before
Thank
we
you, Corey.
dive on in, I can't connect to the chat, so I can't see what people are saying. It's our phone's
Oh
Oh my
my
being-
gosh,
being
just saying
lame.
lovely things about you, Nat.
Yes.
That's very kind of them. So, reminder today, we have a tweet that if it gets 20 retweets, we believe we have a dice giveaway this week. Additionally, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Fancy Grounds, of course. We'll be using a little less Fancy Grounds this week because 10 minutes of prep. But we will be rolling some dice, and I'm sure the players put some witty back and forth in there as usual. Additionally, we have the sponsors of WaylandGreatGames.co, UK, and Tabletop Loot. We love them as always, and as I drop my pen. Don't worry, I have plenty more.
We out here dropping pens. Woo!
See, that's
Alright.
the kind of shenanigans that happens when Dad's away, folks. We drop pens.
When the DM's
God.
away, the players get to play.
Yeah, boys.
Wow.
They stutter as they say it, can't even do it.
Wow. There's
Okay,
a lot going
so-
on here.
You're hating the
Do we want to
youthful-
dive on in?
the
Anybody got
youths.
anything they want to say before?
No, man. Let's do it.
Dab on the haters,
Alright.
rise up gamers.
Alright.
Oh my-
All right.
Oh! We got one from everybody but Joel.
We are in rare
I'm-
form
whoa.
tonight, everybody.
I am too old to dab. I'm not hip
Do
with the
it,
kids
do
anymore.
it. You
I just,
old sage,
I'm
you can
over.
do it. You
Yeah,
got
it's
no,
true.
I'm
If
good.
we didn't know what T meant without you telling us, then I don't think we're allowed to dab.
I'm here to educate
Yeah.
you guys. That's why I'm here.
I'm ready. I'm ready to do the. I'm ready to die at Nat's hands. That's what
Yeah.
I'm ready for.
All right.
Damn.
All right,
so-
I tried, guys. Sorry,
This
chat.
fun little escapade will take place at our next long rest, whenever that happens. Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
So y'all settle down to sleep, probably still in the infernal hellhole that Corey has us in. Laying down in your bedrolls on the cold, hard metal ground. You start to drift off to sleep. It is nice and quiet, just a little bit of steam running through the pipes, a drip of water here and there, and you feel it just lull you to bed. The next thing you remember, you're walking across the streets on the surface. The sun is shining. It's a normal day. You've gone about your business and everything has gone fine. It's been a successful day so far. And you know that you're going to meet a contact later today. You're not sure how you know this, it's just so very regular and normal, you don't really stop to think about it. And you happen to remember that this contact you're meeting underground. You find your feet taking you down a path, past Deadbridge Chasm underground, through winding tunnels for about 20 minutes. You know the path, you've walked it many times. Another thing you don't spend much thought on. As you go, you meet up with your fellows, the other members of the Firm Zone crew. Running into one another.
Thanks,
You acknowledge each other's presence. Yeah, really. That one's all fancy grounds. You're acknowledging one another as you meet.
Oh, hello there! How are y'all? I've been asleep for the past
up to you.
2 days.
Yeah. You've been gone for a while. So where'd you get off to?
Oh, I went on a little adventure with Dave. We went for a fly.
How is Dave? I haven't seen much of him.
Good question. Dave?
Dave is. Are you going to animate Dave?
Yeah. Dave,
All right.
come on out.
Dave, his beautiful illustrious wings fly out. He nuzzles you a little bit.
Oh,
Well, Dave
good
looks
morning.
good. All right. Cool.
That's just
So,
so amazing. Every time you do that, it's so cool.
I've been flying him everywhere.
Anyone know what the hell's going on here? I'm glad Dave's okay, but...
So, Cyrus, as you think to ask that question, your memory jogs you. You have been, and it just seems so very normal, but you've been going to report to your Demir contact for your next mission. Everything is as expected.
Of course.
You all have been infiltrating these various guilds for a while.
Right. Right.
You're meeting with Desilov. He's your usual group contact. And it's all just very regular to you.
Good. All right, never mind. Belay that.
I was born in my clan. But okay. Sounds normal to me.
This isn't a dream, it's a nightmare.
Maybe.
Oh, God.
For Suneva.
At this point, you arrive at the safe house. Underground, large, crooked arches angle over it. What would you like to do?
We just see a bunch of arches. Let's like
angle over the safe house.
The golden arches.
I
want to order a Big
over
Mac.
the safe house. This is a known safe house to us.
Yep.
Does anything look amiss from this, or?
Everything is as expected, and your memory jogs you of the coded knock you used to acknowledge your entrance.
Fantastic. I'm gonna walk up to the door and do the coded knock.
Dun, 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 dun. And the door.
Oh, how rhythmic!
Opens.
I'll put that in my next song.
Yeah. That'd be great. As you come in, it is a large safe house, lavishly decorated, and standing before you is one Desilov. He has, mid-length hair that folds off to the back, and 3 large scars that go across his right eye. A couple earrings, human, with long jacket. And he says, "Hello, my friends. It is good to see you again. How did your last endeavors treat you?"
Oh,
As far as I can
everything-
remember, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, everything
It's
is just
lovely.
Vindada.
That's the main thing.
He looks to Krav and just nods. "Always good to see you." Usual response. Sounds like
Krav
your day's been
knobs
fun.
back. Yeah.
So, this assignment's a little more important. So, I have someone to meet with you. One Zadek. And as he says that name, your memory recalls Zodek, of course. The Demir Guildmaster. This must be important.
What? Okay, a lot of pressure.
Wow, that's done. Must be really important then. Have we ever met with Zodek before, or is this definitely out of the ordinary?
This is definitely out of the ordinary, quite new. And somewhere deep down in your brain, there's a wiggling like that's not right. There's something wrong about that.
Right.
But it almost feels pushed away.
All right. Well,
We should
Zodek.
get a move on.
Yeah, we don't want to leave an importance like that waiting.
Oh, he's meeting you here. I just need to prepare you a little bit. He's a very busy vampire. I need you not to waste his time. He's going to tell you information. He's going to ask you any questions. You will not have any questions, and then you will carry out the task. Understood?
Yeah.
Understood. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, of course. Sounds not normal to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. For the mission, you also need these, and he hands out these little necklaces, one for each of you.
Ooh.
And inside, you open up, it's a locket, and there's the Demir insignia on it.
Ooh.
Yeah. And these are Demir charms. You can use them once to cast Blink, Sleep at 3rd level, or if you take damage, teleport 30 feet and turn invisible. These are your panic buttons. If you need to get out quickly.
Whoa!
Ooh.
I gotta write this down. Hold on.
Wait, that was
Yeah.
blink or sleep at 3rd level.
Or if you take damage, you can teleport 30 feet and turn invisible until the start of your next turn. One use.
Is that
These
like
are
a
real
reaction?
thing, by
I
the
take
way.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's in the book, what page is it? Because I will just check.
I have them pop down the maps in Miscellany.
Well,
I'm
then,
sure they're in the map.
never mind. I'll just look up the skill.
I love it.
I have this book.
These
I
are your
want to
panic
use
buttons.
it.
Fair enough. These are your panic buttons, just in case things go horribly awry and you need to escape with your life, preferably after
Okay.
you complete the mission.
Dankeschön, this is most generous for you to give to us.
Of course. Demir take care of their own. And he kind of looks up, responding to
for life.
something. Says, I think he's here. I'll be giving you my leave. And he... There's a hand, and it turns, and as he walks, just like... There's a line in the air almost. As he walks through, he just disappears.
Man, I gotta learn that trick.
That's awesome.
Cyrus,
Yes.
what the fuck are we doing here?
What do you mean? We're getting another mission apparently from Zodek,
Oh, yeah.
which that's,
We must
that's
be
an honor.
doing so well, yeah, if we are going to
Well, I
meet
know
with
that, but
ourselves.
We're good at this spy
Zodek.
shit. I don't know if you know, but we're
We
real
are
good
the
at it.
best.
I'm not too confident in my own skills right now.
You know, imposter syndrome
I believe
affects
in you,
everyone. I
Strum.
think
Yeah,
you
you have.
are doing fantastically.
We would never have been able to do any of the things we have done together if it was not for you.
Cry like huffs in approval as well. She's like,
You know what? You're all right. Oh, strange, but okay. Let's do this. Let's psych ourselves up.
There's
comes up
a
playing a little
light. Nice. There's a fire in the room. The light, flickers about the room, and it catches off of something in the air, a mist. And that mist coalesces and forms into a figure in front of you. He's got a deep widow's peak and black hair, goes down, round, and far down his back. He's got these large gold-gilded pauldrons that look to be aged and weathered. It looks to be an elf, perhaps. His eyes are almost a flesh tone inside his lids, very plain, very like one tone. His robes beneath the armor are blood red, mixing on black. He carries a sword, but is not he seems largely at ease currently. Nice to see you have a rapport. Crowd flexes. Sounds good. It's nice to see you all have a rapport with each other. Nervous? You should be.
No!
Oh.
All
Steve
right.
is just smiling like a doofus.
Today you get to do something good. There is a law mage in the Azorius Senate. His name is Mordal Turpin. He is but a clerk, pushing around papers, doing his due diligence, but one of the directives he's pushing involves an eviction of a large tenement area. It's been cloudy recently, and they've put up warning signals into the sky and sky runes. But the bureaucracy of the Azorius care not. In 2 days' time, there will be an eviction. And I'm sure you all know how the Azorius handle evictions. And he kind of just goes,
Oh.
there are 472 people in that apartment. In that complex. We need to have time to evacuate them. We only learned about this recently. Of course, the benefit of the Azorius machine is that if you take out one little piece, the whole thing grinds to a halt. If this Mordal Turpin were to have something grisly befall him, it would grind to a halt, and they would need to investigate. This could delay them by multiple weeks, and allow us to save hundreds of lives as we evacuate them. You think you're up to the task?
Yeah, of course. Anything for the guild master.
For 400 lives, yeah, this
Oh
seems
yeah,
like
and
the
that.
best thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely for that. Greater
You are so
good.
wise to
Greater
to
good
want
and all
this
that.
to be done, I think. Thank you for thinking of us.
Has Deslav given you your charms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. I have one other gift for you, and he pulls out a ring, much like the one that you've seen we used before. It's a Demir signet ring.
Oh, Strum's already
This
got
is a
I
it's
got
a
one of
magical Demir signet. Interesting. And he snaps his fingers, and the ring discorporates, and there's a little bead of light that flies into your ring. With that, there's a recharging ability to cast Disguise Self. Use it well.
useful.
I suggest you might want to award it to those who might need help in the stealth area. That's up to you.
Crow flexes harder.
Without even saying a word, Strum takes it off his finger and just gives it to Krav. Just like reaching up.
She kind of snatches it out of your hand.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
And as you grab it, you can feel it attuned to you.
Oh, that was quick.
Ooh.
What a worrying ring noise.
Quite the ring noise. Did it bite you?
Y'all are so mean to Krav. She tries her darndest.
We love Krav. That's the reality of it.
Yes.
Alright. Zodix at this point says, his address has been supplied. It's in this building. He looks over to a little side table next to a couch. As well as his place of work. I don't care what happens to him particularly, but he needs to be visibly dead to the public so that they begin their investigation within the next 2 days. We can't just have a missing person on our hand. Understood? Any questions?
Absolutely.
Crabsicles.
Excellent. And he once again discorporates into mist and floats off.
Cool
Well.
vape trip, bro.
Looks like Firm Zone's got a new task.
It's never
We
not gonna
cannot
be
be
funny.
the firm zone. We
Too
cannot.
late.
So the reason that we can't be Firm Zone yet is because chat doesn't know what Firm Zone is. So our Fantasy Grounds name happens to have Firm Zone in it. So when we enter Fantasy Grounds, we are entering the Firm Zone. I, for one, think this is an excellent team name, and we should adopt it.
I'm
Absolutely. Firm Zone.
GM agrees.
Sounds like Mordal Torpin needs to be taken to the Firm Zone.
We're the ones to take him there.
And we'll be just the ones to take him.
God.
So, bringing it back, you are alone in this safe house. Desilov left. Zadek left. What would you like to do?
Well, we know whereabouts this guy is going to be, right? We know where the Azorius function for this, whatever this area is, right? This.
Zadek alluded to
city?
some papers on the
How long?
side table. You have
Oh, okay. Sorry.
and
How long did we have again?
the eviction is in 2 days. The investigation
2
needs to
days.
start before that.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, go over to the papers at the side table, and Cyrus is going to pick them up and be like, "Where in the world is that wizard when you need him? Because I can't read any of this. Who? Strum, do you read?
I actually really well.
Oh,
You're
good.
gonna
Oh,
be very
fantastic.
surprised
Here.
by it.
Oh, this would be great.
Here you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, we would all know Strum is our master reader of the group.
Intelligence galore. I'm here.
We learned to read our homework.
Wait.
right.
I have a question. So Cyrus got
Yeah.
all that paperwork the first episode and did not know how to read it?
Yeah, weird, right? That's odd. He's been skirting by on a very scientific association without knowing how to
Without learning
read.
how to read? I love it.
That's excellent.
So, Strum has an intelligence of +3. He can definitely read.
Certainly.
So does Cyrus. He doesn't know how to read, though. He's a smart guy.
Oh.
Just
He's
doesn't know
smart.
how to read. Doesn't know how to read.
All right.
He knows numbers.
Strum, you over this. It has addresses, pictures, or what do you call the architecture diagram?
Blueprints.
Blueprints for his house and his work. He works at one of the arrestor stations and for the Azorius in District 10, so near the Azorius Master Guild Hall. There's a little bit of profile on him. He seems to be a wizard, bit of a mind mage. Used to, in a previous position, be determined at would try to divine future crimes, and then would direct the law mages to the arresters to go and prevent them.
Minority Report.
Minority Report.
Got it. Yeah. Minority Report.
For me, it's just Psych, the comedy buddy cop show.
Oh,
Have you
sure. Yeah.
seen that?
Fun show.
That's good too. Yeah. It's a great show.
So good.
He's been at the new position about a month. This is the first big thing he's trying to push through.
Well, looks like he's trying to get some stuff done. You see any points of entry over there, Strum, that look good on that blueprint?
Well, you got a door and more doors.
All right, give me that one. I don't need to read to know how to look at this. Take a look at the blueprint.
And those mean windows.
Yeah, Cyrus would like to make note of points of entry relative to office of our target, relative to... Do we have like a schedule that he follows, or do we have just basic knowledge of his position? Okay.
It seems like they had someone shadow him for a couple of days to put together a dossier on him.
Perfect. Yeah, Cyrus would
That
like to
should
make
save us
note
lots of time.
of this is me thinking, but would Cyrus know if the Azorius have like for these buildings like security badges, maybe pin or like I don't know, like do they have to do thumbprints when they enter in? Like what's the heist setup?
This is a public building. You can like put it in, bring in like a petition or something here. That being said, if you're not in an Azorius gear, people would probably question if you tried to go much deeper than the front space.
Okay.
Very much like how can I help you kind of response. They're not instantly suspicious.
So Cyrus would know, all right, we're going to need disguises of some kind, right? We're going to need something that allows us to infiltrate a public building. I assume Cyrus knows enough about the Azorius to know what to find to put on, and do we have a costume closet in the Demir Guild place?
That's what I was going to ask.
So,
is there like a chest or
Azorius,
a wardrobe or something in this room?
Azorius colors are blue and white, generally with a good flow about them, usually robes. Actually, as you look around, the safe house seems to be stocked with the things you need.
Perfect.
Disguises. It's almost as if, and as you think of other things you might desire or use this caper.
Oh, fake mustache!
ID
Just what I needed.
badges, fake mustache. you just find them the next you look.
Perfect. Well,
Glasses.
how common are goblins and centaurs? And because I'm a Simic. Frick. How common are these things in the Azorius?
The most common races for Azorius are Vidalcan and human, but there are always outliers. Also, notably, as a Simic hybrid, you look mostly human.
Mm-hmm.
Cover up your feet with some weirdly shaped boots, and you'll be fine.
I figured. I just want to. Kind of worried about like, okay, we have a goblin and we also have a centaur, and that's kind of like that. Both of these things stand out. Yeah,
the centaur is disguised elf.
That's true.
I could just pretend to be a janitor or something.
All right. I like this. All right. Well, let's grab some of these Azorius robes. Flowy bastards, man. How do you even fight in these things? You trip all over yourself.
It's actually quite easy.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
What? Oh man, give me some skin tight like leather or
Yeah,
wool,
Krav is shaking her head at Suniva.
Well, some of these might have some ways you can tie them back. Yeah, let's look and see what we've got, and I'll see if I can help make things a little easier for Cyrus.
Can we montage like
punching stuff in
makeover mode?
Yeah, can we?
Cyrus,
montage it?
Why did you specify skin tight?
Less things to get caught on if you're skulking around and
sure.
You can get caught on door handles when you're trying to sneak into places, or on broken glass, or you get snagged. But if it's closed, you have awareness of where it is on your body. Yeah.
Of course.
Sounds like
Krav starts laughing just a little bit.
Let's try these on. Just try to quash the conversation right now.
So the robes are large enough that they can go over armor and such. They seem to be like outer robes, almost like a jacket.
Baggy. Look how baggy this is.
They are quite baggy.
Y'all got
Someone's
any that
enjoying the
centaurs can
comfort.
wear? She's just gonna wear the top half of a robe and let the rest kind of flow down.
What
She
did
hates
they,
it.
Did you guys,
Krav, I don't want to. Your new crown? I don't know if that's going to go over well in the end. Well, to be fair, we have magic. I guess you can disguise self. What do you disguise as? What do you?
She can disguise self and
oh.
just be a human now.
Right, because the height is similar enough, right? But like, I don't know about like compression because centaurs are very long.
It's like an illusion,
Big
so
ass.
I think.
Yeah,
I
so
think you
if somebody
can-
tried to walk behind her, they'd bump into her butt.
That'd be a problem.
She's gotta be
But
careful of that.
but she could still appear like she doesn't have the
Yeah,
centaur height. Does that fit within the spell parameter? Okay. Okay,
Sure.
cool.
I think technically
My
you might have the
butt.
same arrangement of limbs, but like whatever for today.
One shot.
Close enough, right? Close enough.
It's
Cool.
a dream.
You know,
It's a dream.
so
Yeah.
so in
Well,
other
Krav,
words,
you don't have to
Strum
worry
has
about this.
I was gonna say Strum will walk behind her like constantly and just with a broom, just basically where the bum is, and just make sure that nobody crosses him.
Perfect.
Occasionally,
That's gonna be my
Strum
plan.
gets like swished with a tail in his face, an invisible tail that's just like.
Almost balls him over, just whoa!
Yeah. That clumsy
Strum.
goblin janitor, golly.
Strum,
Don't blame me.
does the paper say anything about what kind of weaponry they might be used to seeing in the Azorius? Do we need to hide or change our?
That's a good.
So,
Should I buy spear?
so the robes you have are arrestor robes. So you'd be basically hiding as like police people. Would be the
Okay.
allegory. So weapons are acceptable, and Azorius, even the Azorius are somewhat functional about it. Like if you are practiced with a spear, they're gonna give you a spear.
Okay, cool.
Good.
We just thought it would be good before we all walk in there like armed to the teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we all set? Suniva's like made their hair look much nicer instead of just
Yeah,
being,
I
like,
think
a big
so.
floppy braid.
Oh yeah, what am
It's
I?
like a big
Krav?
fancy bun now.
Strum
I feel like
Been like
Krav
5
would
minutes.
still look like her human half. You know, just with legs now. But
Okay.
how would she do
A
it?
different
Should she
outfit.
pull them
Well-
back in a really tight bun? Like, get it all up off of her face? I like it.
Well, we should. How far away is the place? Because we should probably wait until you actually do disguise self, just because it only lasts like an hour, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it lasts an
that's
hour. So the place is roughly speaking above you. Not directly. It's not like you're gonna tunnel up, but you
Convenient.
got about a 20-minute trek up.
Ah, we don't have elevators. Weird. All right. Well, let's let's take a quick walk, and well, Krav, you can disguise yourself as when we get a little bit closer. Everyone all set here. On the direct way up, does it lead to like the front door? I guess we're gonna be okay with like wandering in the front door. Firm
the
zone. Are we good with
door,
this?
So the front door is up on a raised plaza that you'd walk across a walkway onto. So the main facet of that to keep in mind is that you're very exposed going in and out the front. It's very defensible.
Okay. So Cyrus would like to investigate our blueprint and see if there's maybe a back door, side door, other door that we can sneak in after disguising Krav.
There is a side entrance, largely for people that they want to bring into the station or arrest in a less public light. So, they're trying to, if on a day they're trying to make a show of it, they might bring a bunch of fugitives across the main bridge. But if it's like they've elected a notable figure, and they're not elected, they've arrested a notable figure, they might bring him in the side. Also, just for sometimes they need to go that direction, I imagine.
Well, that sounds pretty good for us since we're dressed up as people that do that kind of arresting and, we don't need to walk in and out the front door. I think this is a good plan here. Do we have any forged documents that we're possibly thinking we're going to need? Or, I mean, we have a bunch of stuff, so I don't know if we need like a...
Documents you do not have.
Okay. Do we have like fake guild seals?
Yes, those are
Okay.
like, they
They're, like,
normally
on
are
the
what
things?
hold the robe together.
Perfect. Trying to get the look right, just in case. Well, I think we've got all we can need. Let's use this side entrance here. It'll be about a 20-minute walk up there, and then Krav will move off to the side, have you disguise, and move on in. For the time of day that it is that we know, schedule-wise, where is this guy? Do we know where he's going to be in about 20 minutes when we start making our way to the building?
He has a small office on the second floor. You imagine he'll probably be
Small
there.
office on the second floor. Awesome. Cyrus would like to make note of the most direct path in and out from that office location from our entrance point?
Sure.
Okay.
So the main obstacles therein, you have to go in the side door, which is kind of into like the barracks for the arresters. Into a central hallway, up the stairs off that, down another hallway into the office. It's not too far, but there are two kind of almost two places on those hallways, and then also the barracks where you could run into people who might wonder who you are.
Fair enough.
We'll get through this very easy. All right, let's make our way uptown, and I guess we move on our way. Firm zone out.
Uptown.
Zone out.
Firm zone out.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Run zone out!
Actually, before we go, should I leave Dave here for now?
Oh.
Oh, can you make him like a statue? And
Whoa,
then use
wait
him as
a
gas?
minute. Wait a minute. He can wait outside if someone needs a quick getaway of some kind. I mean, at least you can get out.
Can you speak with Dave? Could he like give you a warning if there are people coming into the building or something after us?
Oh,
If we,
I don't know if he functions
Really?
as a familiar.
Dave,
I don't
make a
know. I
noise.
don't.
Yeah.
I throw
Good boy, Dave.
sunbolts.
I mean, he's been listening to me so far. I don't see why he won't make noises if we give him a specific order.
I like that idea. Yeah, let's leave him out. Let's take him with us.
Okay,
Come on, Dave. Let's go.
Well, I say come on, Dave, and I'd like basically hop on Dave's back and let him kind of carry me.
All right.
Oh,
You step out of the safe house into the Undercity, but not the Golgari portions, because many of the guilds have Undercity sections. And you start to wind your way up, and about 20 minutes later, you come up into a overcast sun down on you. You can see the arrestor station because it's kind of raised up off in the distance, a few hundred feet off, maybe a block away.
All right. A block
As
away.
You look around, there are a number of Boros legionaries patrolling around. This is a nicer area of the city. Highly policed, you might say. If you're lounging around and just with nothing to do, they might start to question why you're there.
Is there a nice little alleyway where we can get our centaur friend a brief moment to cast disguise self?
Well, conveniently, that's where the little hole out of the Undercity comes up into, because you wouldn't want that just out in the middle of anything.
Even better. Krav, you want to assume your human form real quick? I know.
Then she goes, walks away. Okay, so she'll probably disguise herself as a human, trying to. You can't change your height, can you?
It's
like
1
the
foot.
I like a foot.
1 foot. All right,
It's
she's
1
gonna
foot.
drop herself down a foot. Yeah, she's gonna drop herself down as low as she can. Her features are gonna be a little softer. Her nose bridge isn't gonna be as broad. She's gonna look a little more pleasant. Her hair is gonna be like untangled and wavy, but still keep the same like red, deep red brown. It is. Her tattoos are gonna be gone. Her scars are gonna be gone. She's just gonna look very pleasant, like a baby, like a beautiful woman.
But with a giant
no,
like
unproud.
weapon on your back.
Yeah, with a big maul on her, or whatever. You know how it is.
You appear as like a pleasant-faced, Azorius woman with the usual armor that goes with the arresters, very like traditional for the Azorius, with a big hammer on the back. You look like you're kind of high-ranking, honestly, possibly just because you're so intimidating.
You look wonderful, Krav. I think you look better the way you always look so, but this is nice.
I agree. Looking wonderful.
She blushes a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit.
All right. Good work, Krav. Let's take this side door. Try not to make too much of a ruckus. A lot of Boros out here. We don't want to, cause any attention. Let's walk.
I will stay
Alright.
in the I will stay in the back to try to be like a buffer between Krov's like invisible horse butt.
Yeah.
I'm like running
Sure.
interference.
Jerome, can you run left side and Suniva right side, and then I'll be up by Krov to stop anyone coming past us, just in case.
We're on foot patrol.
Butt control.
So the party is encircling Krov's butt.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure that was clear to everyone.
Yep.
Krov is distinctly in the lead because of where the butt happens. So Krov is leading us.
That's funny.
Got
She
it.
has
Wow.
no idea where she's going.
Also, as she walks, there is a slight clip-clop because it doesn't do sound.
Oh.
I love it.
Strum, can you like do something?
No, with magic, Jerome.
Yeah.
I've got nothing that'll help with this. I'm just stopping the entire way there.
Krov, step lightly if you can. That's all I got.
All right, so I'd like everybody to make a deception check to play yourself off.
Ooh,
However,
deception.
if you were not proficient in deception before, you are now.
Ooh.
Already proficient in it, bud. Well,
Wait.
half.
You're welcome.
If I was
It doesn't
proficient,
help.
can I be
No.
double proficient? Oh, dang it.
No.
So I got a 23. Technically.
Suniva's like marching along, trying to click their tongue to help mask like crossbows.
All right, that would be a 12.
All right.
With adding my
you'd add
proficiency
2.
bonus.
Add
Two?
2,
Okay.
so it'd be a 13.
Oh yeah, so yeah, okay. Dab on the haters.
So you are able to you get the bright idea. Strum gets the bright idea. It's like you see some of the burrows have horses, and you decide to kind of walk nearish them. So that like even if they're not in step with the horses, like them being nearby, people aren't just questioning about it. As you're making your way through, God, there seem to be a lot more burrows than you first identified.
Oh,
As they seem to just be coming around every other way, and as you just feel very looked at, as many of them acknowledge you as the arresters in the Boros region work pretty closely. There's often a lot of positive workplace interaction between them, most of the time.
How are you? Hey,
Rob
pleasant day.
Hello.
How
And
are you?
You get the feeling of almost like you feel kind of powerful. It's like that you know what they don't. You're doing it. It's working.
This is good. Good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Keep moving, everyone. Let's keep going. And do we make it to the door? Do we get there?
Yeah, you get to the side door.
Awesome. Looking self-important, Cyrus would like to step up and push the door open like he belongs there.
Of course, the door is a pull door, so naturally you look like a buffoon.
I mean, no. After you, what's a ranking officer title for the Azorius?
Arbiter, arrester, arbiter's above arrester. Judge
right.
is also quite a
Arbiter. After you, Arbiter. And he's gonna gesture to Krov and try to sell the fact that she is like escorted by other arresters.
Krov feels good. She's gonna walk through.
The
Arbiter's a
Krav
great
butt
name.
is given so much fodder for this.
Yeah.
All right. As you get into the barracks, there's a number of arresters in various states of having gotten dressed, or some of them seem like they're ready to head out. And I'm assuming you just go for the straight walk through, don't engage, eyes straight.
If we have the option to, I feel like we'd take that.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So you
If
just
we're
go on through,
approached, obviously that changes, but we'll see.
you say after you, Arbiter, and as you're walking through, there's a little bit of whisper like, "Who's that Arbiter? I don't think I've met this. Maybe she's from a different precinct."
Self-importantly,
Krav's
keep
gonna-
walking.
Yeah, important not look at any of these peasants. She means business, alright?
Yeah.
Her
Big ass
biceps
hammer.
are rippling, biceps are on point. makes important
And you-
strong
I just
and
imagine
will
this,
absolutely fuck
I'm a-
you up.
I'm imagining this very tall and buff Azorius Arbiter just walking through and flexing, just no
Just
big.
double by front. Let's
Like
go.
Johnny Bravo style.
Yeah.
Make way
like,
for the arbiter, please. Thank you.
Pull out the hammer, do some curls with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
I will
Thick
say,
hammer.
like, never has Strum felt more tiny in the presence of Arbiter Krav.
Krav.
It's kind of. Oh, okay, cool.
you do see one other goblin in the arrester's barracks. It's not.
Oh,
That doesn't never happen.
how does he look? Does it? I assume he doesn't have a mohawk like Strum does.
No. His hair is very put together, like combed and nice. And you can see he's putting on a little coif because it's quite common for Azorius wrestlers to wear a little coif to their hairline. That's blue. And he looks at you and he catches your eye and he smiles a little bit. And then you walk by because you have things to do. Alright, and you walk out into a hallway. There's at this point it feels more office building than barracks. As you hear writing going on, some people with some discussions, but it almost has that. You ever walk into like a office space and it almost has like that dreary oppression you feel? It just
Every day.
like you want to go to sleep.
Every
Just
day.
like-
I'm trying to have escapism, Nat.
Every day.
You walk out of this like almost militarized barracks into just nap time.
I will
Central,
say,
man.
Yeah.
I will say, given Strum's like complete punk aesthetic, this is everything that he hates in life. He just feels dirty in this place.
Yeah,
Just-
Suniva has never been in an office setting type professional anything before and is just very confused and uncomfortable and doesn't know why.
Yeah, same.
Fair enough.
Hang on, let me get a little more escapism. 1 sec.
Liquid escapism.
Here we go. All right. So we're up there, and we haven't been
Okay.
accosted yet, which is fantastic. So can we make our beeline straight to the office and check to see if he's there? Timing wise, do we
head
know
up.
if he's going to be there?
You should be, unless something unexpected has happened, and the Azorius hate unexpected.
Perfect.
Alright, so you head up on the stairs, and as you come out of the stairs into the upper hallway, you open the door, and there is a dirty, blonde-haired woman with her hair out, and a large sigil on her chest, and full plate armor in Azorius regalia, and a staff. And you look at her for a moment, blank, and then you think, oh, this is Lavinia. It appears in your mind. She is.
We know who that is. Okay.
Yeah, she is the guildmaster of the Azorius.
Casual.
Known
a
for-
minute.
Supposedly she has the entire guild pact memorized.
No. Oh
My
As
God.
like the eidetic level memory. Is
Oh.
also a
Anime
accomplished
sweat
warrior.
drop.
Yeah.
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 And-
Yeah, go ahead.
So the office is down to your left, and she's standing there talking with looks like an arrestor, one with a very fancy insignia. Do you want to
Go
head
right,
left
go
towards
right.
the office past her? Or do you want
Go
to
right.
just nope off the other direction?
Go right. Avert gaze. Go right. We'll circle around. Circle around.
Circle around.
Take a U-turn. Take a U-turn now.
I'd like everybody
Impossible.
to roll me a stealth check, and also that's another skill that if you are not proficient, you are now.
Oh, I love this.
Nat, do I maintain my
I am
what is
rolling
the
like garbage.
specialization or whatever if I've already got it for my character?
Absolutely.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Oh, that was in Sylvan. I apologize.
Oops.
Not too good.
Oh man, I needed it. Oh, yikes!
Okay, so these are not good numbers.
No.
Did everybody get a 12? Is that everyone?
Okay.
Yeah, everyone got 12s. We're
Oh
sharing
my
12s
God.
across the board.
Oh, no, oh,
Firm zone.
yep.
Firm zone.
Alright, so as you
I
come
think we
around
all
the corner
equally
and do a
panic.
collective 12 on stealth,
We collectively panicked.
there was a-
Just like-
there was a faint clip-clopping and a little panic as Lavinia's head whips around with her hair out and sees you now facing away and
walking.
looks over, says, "Arresters, what are you doing?"
Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking.
Keep walking.
I didn't hear. I didn't
Just
hear.
steady pace. Steady pace. Is there anyone
Alright.
else around that they could be talking to?
So you're heading to a upper level kind of public facing space where there are it's like a help desk. And he says, "Halt." Do you halt?
Well, I guess.
Are we playing this? Are we playing this off as we don't know she's talking to us?
Yeah, just be like, I didn't hear.
Because we're just walking,
Like,
right? We're just
I didn't
walking.
hear her. She couldn't be talking to us.
Did she yell halt or like does that?
She said
like,
she projected it, commanding it.
Oh, we
Were
gotta
there
stop.
so you said we're heading into a public space. So does it look like there's other people around us that she could be talking to, and we could have misjudged as?
There's one guild. There's a couple guildless, on the sitting on some waiting chairs, but they're pretty far off. It's semi-unambiguous.
It's pretty obvious.
No.
Okay.
We gotta stop.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Crumble,
wait,
stop.
we gotta stop. We gotta stop.
Okay.
And turn
Hello, ma'am.
around, I guess.
Yeah.
Turn around and like keep the same front formation.
Alright. Arresters,
You talking to
which
us?
arbiter do you... Arresters, which arbiter are you assigned to? I can't imagine this is your post for today.
Strum.
She turns to Cyrus.
Strum. What was in the papers? Strum. What was in the papers?
I can't read.
Did we have an arbiter? Did we have anything? Names. I just need a
Well,
name.
you've currently... a name of an arbiter?
Well, I mean, I know she's memorized the guild pact, though, right? So she has an eidetic memory, which this is a real problem.
Seems that way.
What would be? Okay. Cyrus is a smart dude. I'm not, and I know nothing about the Azorius. Would there be anything that we could salvage here?
So you know that there's a couple moves you can make. Why don't you make me a...
I'm happy to roll.
Just make it an intelligence check to see if you can come up with
just
good...
help me out.
Shit.
I've got one thing I could possibly
15.
do, and I don't want to.
Cyrus is pulling for information. 15.
Krav is
so you
sweating.
know that the Sphinx Arbiter that handles this area, his name is Jellum. Her name, I should say, is the Sphinx.
Arbiters are like Sphinx level? Oh god, I just sold Krav
Sometimes.
off as an arbiter?
Sometimes.
Oh no. I had no
I mean, like,
idea.
Lavinia is a
I thought it was,
human,
like,
and
one
she
step
outranks
up.
Jellum. Alternatively, you could try to make one up and hope she doesn't know. There's also Sphinx.
I'm new in town.
The other thing you could concept is like if you're trying to sell it as another
District. And
district,
that's kind
you
of
could
what I was.
say you're from being sent by
I'm
Grand
thinking that.
Arbiter Isperia. There's another Sphinx. And a Grand Arbiter, but of a different district. Different precinct, I should say.
Yeah, okay. Are you guys okay with Cyrus trying to sell this off as us being from out of
No,
town?
just do
We're
it.
new in town.
Go for it.
Yes,
We're new in town?
100%.
All right, so,
Firm zone, firm
so
zone.
what was the out of town one?
Grand Arbiter Isperia.
Ma'am, Grand Arbiter Asperia. We're new to this precinct.
And you're wandering the upper judicial halls for what reason?
Brain
Goofing off?
function.
Well, we've been. We were sent here to get orders. Actually, don't suppose you. We don't actually. Well, You know, Sire?
We're heading to ensure the swift transfer of Mortal Torpin's new what do we call the thing? What is this thing that he's writing?
Directive.
We're ensuring the swift and safe transfer of Mortal Torpin's new directive. We hear it's of utmost importance. And I've already forgotten the name because I'm in panic mode right now. Our whoever our arbiter is,
Grand Arbiter is Spiria.
Has loaned us out to your precinct to ensure that it happens.
We heard something about an eviction, and usually those tend to need a few extra hands on deck. From what I suppose.
This is true. Though that eviction, if taking place, would be a couple of days out. But I guess we do like to run ahead of schedule here.
This is not enough food.
You probably need directions to Mordal's office, don't you?
Yes, please. We were going to head to the help desk. Well, that was going to be like, we're heading to the help desk, but...
She turns to the arrestor she was talking with. This is Duval. He's an arrestor here. I'll have the arrestor Duval escort you and make sure everything goes swimmingly.
I appreciate. Thank you, Guildmaster. I appreciate your assistance.
Yeah.
So, of course. Now, if you excuse me, I'm very busy. And she walks past you all. And she kind of, if you're like word for it, she's gonna brush up against Krov's rear. But she just gets really close and walks on by. You think her like cape brushes your hind leg? Like, Duval.
Duval! Yeah, Duval! What's up?
Duval is a Vidalcan arrestor. So blue skin, he's got the lighter blue Azorius coif up to his hairline. And so, shall we?
Yes,
of course, ma'am.
Yeah. Ma'am. As he walks off towards Mordal's office.
Oh well, I'll stick it.
As you're reflecting, yeah, fair enough. As you are reflecting on the interaction you've had with Lavinia of the 10th, there's a similar scricking in the back of your neck, almost like that's not right. Lavinia, the Guildmaster, that it's kind of like with Zadek. That's just not quite correct, but it feels almost pushed away. Now that you're in a slightly less tense scenario, and you get brought over. Yeah, as you get brought over and led, as Duval leads you wordlessly, just business around the corner, and to an office that's in the middle of the hallway, and it's got Mordal Turpin on his on a nameplate decorated in the silver and blue of the Azorius. It says, "It's in here. Would you like me to go in with you?"
No, that won't be necessary. Mordal, he's expecting us. He had a message earlier, but I appreciate. Thank you for showing us the way.
I'll be waiting outside for when you're done, so I can escort you to your post afterwards.
No, thank you. I appreciate
fantastic.
that. We'll come find you.
Yeah. And he knocks twice on the door and opens and says, "Mordal, you've got visitors," and then steps aside so you can enter.
I assume we swiftly enter. How big is the office? Sure. Because Krovbutt is big. So how big is the office?
So the office is fairly small, but it's big enough. We're talking about like 15 feet wide and about 10 feet deep. And sitting. Who enters first?
Probably
Krov,
Cyrus?
big.
Oh yeah, Krov.
Whoever was
We should
most
probably get her in first.
she's not
Alright,
gonna
so
like
Krov,
it. But you got it.
Krav, you push on in, and sitting behind the desk with his the pen and Quill, riding furiously, looks up to you, and your first thought is Malachar, as he looks up at you, and you recognize this individual. And then that's pushed away as you're like, no, this is
You
Mordal.
sneaky boy.
I'm here to kill this person.
No. Oh no.
Oh my god!
And as each of you walk in, you have that response, and flavored with your varying character.
Opinion
how they
of,
might respond to that.
opinions thereof. Okay. Wait a
Rob
minute.
is
And then it's
gonna-
like it's squashed, right? Like we just forget that.
Yeah,
it's,
you
like,
feel
no.
it just be. It's almost like a hand just pushing it aside.
oh jeez. Oh my gosh.
Crob's gonna look down at
So,
Cyrus.
assumingly you all come in and close the door.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, and Duval, you notice whoever's in the back, I think it was Siniva, noticed that Duval just takes up post outside the door, waiting. And Mordal looks up and says, "What? What do y'all need?"
Hello there, sir.
Mordal, good to see you. Yeah. Go ahead, Strum. Please. Please.
So
wait,
who are you?
Get him.
Oh, what do you need?
Hello there. We were sent to help you with your directive and with the mass eviction of which is bound to be going on at some point over the next few days.
Well, that's good to hear. I put in a request for a legal editor. Was one of you them? And he looks at Cyrus.
Yes, partially. Some of us are here for the enforcement portion.
Sure.
But we're here to see what plans have been laid. We're on loan from another district as some extra hands to ensure that the eviction goes smoothly. And we need to know what plans have been already made.
Well,
Do
we
we,
have the. Yes.
Sorry, just real quick. Do
Go
we
ahead.
know what part of the building this office is in? He was to the side, right, or was he over the front of the building?
Is there a
So
window?
he's roughly positioned over the barracks. Roughly, there is one window of moderate size.
Okay.
Not cross size is what I'm getting from that.
If I had to jump through
Rob
it,
would-
could I jump through it?
There would be an acrobatics check involved.
So it's possible.
I'm saying there's a chance.
And you can see down he's writing in this very fancy blockish Azorius script that is almost illegible. And as you look at it, it's actually 3 lines of text in tight glyphs being written at the same time.
Wow, that's impressive. Cyrus, as the maybe possibly editor, will approach the side of the desk where he's at and get closer to him. Having
The guy who can't read.
Yeah, he pulls
Right.
what he's writing on the side, pulls out a few things from underneath. I need legal editing on these, and he hands them to you, not even looking. Switches to writing with his left hand.
How much attention is he paying?
To you, not a ton, to be honest. He looks very busy.
The firm zone in this world, we've worked together before, correct? We might know a little bit of smash and grab or
You've probably,
assassinate and run.
Seen Cyrus pull these kind of moves before?
So the rest of my team would understand. Strum, I don't know what spells you have. Does anyone have silence? Nope.
I got nothing.
Okay. I just wanted to ask
throw
Where's
We're
Malachar
silent.
with his distractions when we need him?
Right. So
right in front of us.
right. Cyrus is
Yeah, I was gonna just note silence is very much off-brand for Strum. So
I
that's
know. I thought I'd
especially
ask.
why I didn't take
thought
that
I'd
spell.
ask.
Yeah.
But you can make Strum can make illusory sounds. We've done this before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got some
Can you
stuff
make
to
it
do that.
outside of vision, outside somewhere 60 feet away, just by chance, like any type of explosive sound, any type of?
So minor illusion can be away, but it's only a 30-foot range,
Okay,
and you
What
do
about-
need a clear line to the target space.
you do
what
need
about
you
a
need line
shatter?
of sight. Okay.
Shatter is a little farther away and a more specific kind of sound.
But do you need LOS?
Or
Yeah,
I
do I
can
need
just
line of
grab
sight?
his head and smash it like a grape.
No.
I
I'm not
mean,
worried
like-
about that part. I'm worried about
So-
us distracting everyone else in the building so we can get away.
Strum, you think maybe you could go by the window and just pop a shatter, over at the next building over, have that explode?
Oh my god.
Let's do it.
So, yeah,
Right,
Strum, you make your way to the window, right? You make your way to the window.
As Strum does that, he's holding the papers up, and seeing as you haven't taken them, he looks at you.
No, I'm
stops
taking.
writing, looks
I'm
at you.
taking.
All right,
I've taken.
He's like,
I'm taking.
okay, never
So
mind.
he's not paying
He's like,
attention. But I'm
Not a whole lot.
simultaneously drawing the knife.
all right, make a stealth check. Actually, just be sleight of hand, more specifically.
This is gonna be so crazy.
I love it.
Let's do it. I'm in.
Here we go. Oh no. On my birthday!
Either way, I'm gonna let off the chapter the second.
I'd like to hit him anyway. Can I hit him anyway?
So, pull out,
Oh,
as you he hears the dagger being drawn, he goes upright and starts to reach for something. He has a very stark reaction, and as the shatter goes off in the distance, and the window blows in from the noise. I'd like everyone to please roll for initiative.
Damn it! Okay.
Oh no! What in planes was
Firm
that?
zone. Firm zone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That was so bad.
So that's a +3.
Why can't I roll over 10?
Okay, guys, I gotta pee so bad.
Because
I'll
I
be right
didn't
back.
warm up
kidding
my
me?
dice. I didn't
Are
warm
you-
up my dice.
I have advantage on initiative and rolled an 8.
Let me put it that way. That is brutal. That is brutal.
I'm so
God.
sorry.
On my birthday.
Man.
That's
Well,
I
Welcome
mean,
to
at least you're getting what
D&D.
you want for your birthday.
is
Killing
that
Malachar.
Killing Malachar?
Yeah, that was the joke.
Well, only a little. But it's a great. Nat, thank you for the birthday present.
You're welcome.
I'm loving this, Nat. Thanks for putting this
Oh,
together.
God, it's so
I'm
good.
glad you're
Okay.
enjoying this. I had this dumb idea, 20 minutes before we went live. It's like, oh, this will be great.
It's so much fun.
All right, so he actually rolled 20 for initiative because.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Wow.
Damn it,
What a shame.
Malachar.
Let me just grab his.
Better
character
rogue
sheet
than Cyrus. Better rogue than Cyrus.
Who isn't at this point?
Oh,
Shut up.
oh, snap.
Oh wait, so Cyrus,
Do you
you're
need
next to
some
him.
cure wounds for that burn?
I am literally next to him with a blade out, about to stab this guy. I'm not. I tried to be subtle, and I totally missed my shot.
All right, he pushes the desk towards Krav and Strum, wheels around just a touch, and is going to try to thunder waves Strum and
Oh.
Cyrus.
Okay. So, saves. for
Con
that,
save,
right?
please. Yep.
Con. What's my con? My con is just a straight roll.
I can't roll over a 10. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Are we
All
just
right.
cursed?
So he claps his hands, and there's a big boom. As he does that, he yells, "Guards, help! Traitors!"
No! Oh no!
As each of you take
Oh, I need to write down
17
what my wounds
under
were at
damage.
before, so I can.
Oh, that's
Let's
important.
just blame it.
17
so-
points of
Let's just
damage.
blame it all on the Rachnos.
Holy
Recto.
F! And I get pushed backwards into like the wall, right? Like.
All right,
just-
so
Oh.
he's trying to cart you both out the window. He's probably not going to be successful.
Well, Strum's window.
I'd like
I'm
each of you-
next to him, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
what
why he
the
wheeled
arrangement
around.
is. Okay.
That's why he
okay,
pushed the desk and wheeled around.
Okay.
So each of you, I would like you to make either an athletics or acrobatics check to try to stay in the room.
okay.
I'll go with acrobatics because I get a +4 to that.
There's the nat 20.
That's pretty
of
good.
course, I can't do it now.
On. Yes!
Oh no, it's Geneva. It wasn't targeting you.
Oh, it didn't have to. I thought you said everybody. Jeez.
No. Just those two. Suniva
I thought it
and
was
Krav were not
everybody.
targeted by the thunder waves.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
like 2 of you were kind of behind him and 2 of you were still by the door, so he couldn't just get everybody.
Truth.
All right. So Cyrus, you managed to catch the pane of the window and smack into the wall, braining your head a little bit, and it hurts. It's a bit of a familiar feeling. And Strum, however, you are launched out the window, but as you go, you are able to turn and grab the sill, and are now dangling from the window.
Oh my god.
Okay. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna shout for Dave.
Dave. Right.
Okay. So who's
and you
up?
start to hear. So at this point, also, you hear Duval startle a little bit from outside, and you hear footsteps squaring off at the door, but it's not their turn yet. Strum, it's your turn.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna shout for Dave. Just Dave, come on, buddy.
Diving out from the glare of the sun, Dave swoops in and grabs you.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
You're now like floating outside the window.
Yeah. There's some Boros legionaries looking up and around. The whole part of the building you blew up collapsed, and there are people rushing to aid that. And then someone almost got yeeted out the window, and people are like, "What the heck's going on?" And someone yelled, "Traitors!" And everything is on fire a little bit.
Oh my god.
Strum, what do you want to do with your action?
We're good at
for my
this.
action. What to do? You know what? Let's do it. I'm gonna do a second level chaos bolt at Malakar / Tobin.
You can call him Malakar. It's okay.
Okay.
Make me a spell attack.
That's a +6 to hit.
Oh my god. I can't.
This is insane.
22 to hit.
Yes, that absolutely
got
hits.
him. Yeah, got him.
Okay, so 2d8 to determine the thing, right? First,
Yep.
So that's a 1 and a 3. So that is acid or fire. You know what?
It's up to you.
Strum likes to be on brand. Let's go for a bit of fire.
Yeah.
All
Alright, and then add d6.
So that is add the d6. Add the d6. Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's 2d8 plus 1d6.
Oh, okay. Well, I cast it at higher level, so I get an extra d. Is it an extra d8?
6. One more. It's
An
a
extra
d6.
d6. Okay, sorry,
Yes.
my apologies. I don't tend to cast it at
You're
higher
fine.
levels.
Chaos Bolt's so weird, man. It has so many different things
Yeah.
going on
It's
all the time.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre spell.
Yeah, I like it.
Indeed.
It's neat.
That's the
Alright,
fun of
so
it.
you blast out this energy bolt of scintillating colors, and it catches him in the chest, doing, what is that total? 12 fire damage, and pushing him into the desk that skirts more and kind of bumps into Krab's front, which is much more sturdy than it looks. And she's kind of standing upright, like squared off, and just doesn't budge, looking like she should fall over.
As I cast it off, you do see a little goblin middle finger. It's like,
Yeah.
Getting blasted out the window.
yeah.
Yes.
Suniva.
Oh no. I am torn between trying to help my friends take care of Malakar quickly and trying to block the door. I think I'm going to focus on the door.
Currently, the door is pretty blocked by Krab's butt, to be honest.
Krab's
Yes,
butt? Okay.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, can't
All
push
right.
through the butt.
Well then, I'm going to make my way over to Malakar with that little voice in my head going, "This is not quite right." And I'm gonna flurry of blows him. Two-handed spear attack and flurry of blows. So here we go.
This doesn't feel okay.
This
Kill
doesn't
me.
feel good. Two-handed.
Joel, when did you
That's
get a
probably
natural
on
one?
this.
When? I didn't.
There's a
there's
natural,
a natural one on the
above your
overlay.
head.
Yeah. 12 barely
Wait
misses
a
him. He
minute,
doesn't
did
have
someone
major-
donate me a nat one? Oh, come on! That actually happened?
So funny.
So only one punch will land.
Alright, so you land
Oh.
one punch for 6 damage. So he's now taken 18 as you brain him in the solar
Mark one.
plexus. Just boom!
Key. For the purposes of this one shot, is all of our stuff full?
Yes.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah,
Yes.
just make note of where we were for next time, because
Yeah.
you're gonna need.
Because we'll
that's a
probably
good
drop
idea.
right back where we were. Don't forget, you have your Demir charms if you need them.
Oh, I've been looking at it.
Yeah. All right. So you brained him in the solar plexus, and now it is Krov's turn.
Mama's gonna rage. She's gonna end this.
So please
it's
paint
time.
me a word picture of what it looks like. This Azorius Arbiter raging with a giant maul.
She is gonna, I think it's gonna look really cool because she's a little smaller than she used to be, but she's gonna pull it out with one hand instead of two hands and then bring it over into the two hands and just let out like a nice hearty battle cry. And
A nice good tennis crunch. Just.
Yeah. She is going to. Can she use the charge action? Do I have like a perfect right in front? Oh wait, no, there's a
You're
table in
like
front of me.
you're like right next to her.
Very
You were
small.
already
It's
adjacent.
very small. Yeah.
Then I'll just
Small room.
freaking bop him.
Get him. Get him.
Yeah.
Like your front, the desk bumped into you. His back is against the desk.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, I'm
He's
gonna
not
go
even facing you.
I'm gonna try and get him right on the top of the head, bro.
All
My
right.
big vicious maul.
Do you want to do it recklessly?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh my god.
Do
okay,
it.
okay,
Oh
okay.
my
we gotta do this.
Just do it.
All right.
Ooh.
Or
That'll do.
yeah. Okay, let's take the 23. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
No. If
Okay.
you're sure you don't want to take the 11, all right. So give me 2d6 plus 6 damage.
Okay, so do I roll the attack? Oh wait. Okay, 2d6. Bloop.
1.
Bloop.
5. 6
All right,
plus 6
12.
Plus
All right,
six.
so you
There you
do
go.
12 damage. Okay, so yeah, you crack him over the head, and you, and his literally you see part of his head crack and blood pour out as he falls over unconscious.
Ah!
But unconscious and dying, not dead.
End
Yeah.
it.
Oh, he ain't dead
Somebody
yet.
end him.
Yeah,
Well,
he has
All
death
right.
saves.
son of a bitch.
And you
I
do
just
feel
need him in
Duval
his
pushing
face.
push against the door and kind of boop you on the
Your
butt.
butt.
And he says, "Open this door right now."
I'm gonna.
By the authority, by the
I'm gonna-
authority of the Azorius Senate, you must yield this door.
I'm gonna. Krav is
Fuck
gonna
your
lean into
door.
the door. Yeah, Krav is gonna lean
Just-
into the door with a
just,
big
like,
horse
sit back.
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sit backwards.
Just
Sure.
sit.
Cyrus, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
End it.
I'm scared of ending it because I have a natural one just sitting up here where the DM can just call me to have if I do
Is that
anything.
how that works?
Yeah, it's a DM use natural one.
You know,
You
what?
can just be
I'll
like,
just
"Nope,
save that
you
for
get
Corey.
screwed."
I'll just save that for Corey to use on you. Don't worry.
Okay.
You know, when it counts.
I think so speaking is still a free action. I think I'm gonna like, Strom, you need to light this place up. I want this on fire as fast as you can, and then I'm gonna
Oh, I can do that.
finish the job on our poor wizard friend that is currently on
All
the
right.
ground.
So make an attack at advantage.
Okay.
If you hit it crits, which is 2 failed death saves.
Where's my attacks? There we are. Yep, using the dagger.
His AC is
Here we
13.
go. 20. Yeah, on that.
Oh, baby!
So that means you carve across his neck and he gets 2 failed death saves. Would you like to engage in 2-up fighting?
You with my bonus action, I would like to go ahead and just, like I said, finish. So bonus action, other dagger, 23.
All right. So you
Just-
draw your dagger
Oh.
across his throat, and then take the other one and plunge it into his heart. And you see
Job's done.
Mortal.
Light it up. Let's go.
So at this point, you catch Malakar's eye, and he looks at you, and there's like almost a moment of recognition there.
Wait a minute. No wonder this felt so good. Drop the die. Drop it. Pull it down.
And then he's gone. All right, so we're dropping out of rounds at this point, but y'all have to escape.
Woo!
Yep.
Before
Out the
escaping,
window!
like, so because Scrum is on the back of this owl.
Dave.
He is, on the back of Dave. He's basically going to assist anyone who attempts to kind of come on through. And as people
Sure.
are going through, and once everyone is gone, or maybe when Krav leaves, he is going to
Is
start
there a
lighting
lock
on fire.
on the door?
No.
Ooh, good question.
Can we
There's
push
a
the
desk,
desk
though.
up against it? Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Okay.
All right, so
desk.
somebody make me a athletics check to move the desk.
Suniva?
Krav,
or Krov.
yeah.
Krov's already
We
sitting
can
against the
both help.
door, though.
I can help you
Yeah.
move the
Good point,
desk,
good point.
yeah.
Oh, baby!
Yeah, it's a smooth switch from Krov's butt to the desk in the way. No one would even notice.
Okay,
The Vault
well,
continues
yeah.
to yell, and at this point, you hear more footsteps gathered outside the door as more voices have joined. Additionally, Strum, you're able to easily see that there is the Boros legionaries are not engaging, but they have gathered and are curious.
How
Makes
far is it out the window from us to the next building?
So there's a nice convenient hole in the next building over that Strum made. You could try to jump to that.
Right.
That's
How
about
much
a
attention is
15-foot
in that
leap.
hole, though?
Yeah, a decent amount. That's about a 15-foot gap, and it's about 10 feet down.
Blink.
Somebody has some. Yeah,
can
you can
blink it.
blink. I can just make
So-
the jump.
So
Yeah, you can make
Blink,
the jump. I can
makes
probably
you-
make the jump.
So Blink makes you disappear into the ethereal plane and then come back somewhere within 10 feet. That can go through walls, by the way.
But we have no
We go in
control
the
over
office.
where, right?
No, you get to decide where. Somewhere within 10
Oh, it's
feet of where you
10
left.
feet. Oh, it's 10 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was 30.
But
for
it's
some
also
reason.
repetitively. It's 50%
Okay.
yeah,
chance
it's like
every
in
round.
and out. Poof, 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 poof.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I bet you I could plow through all those people.
I bet you
Do we
could.
wanna?
But-
Do we want to do that?
I mean, Croft
Let's go
just
for the
needs
next
to
building.
get someplace out of sight and drop your disguise self, and then the rest of us just need to get somewhere and ditch these Azorius clothes. So
Strum's
I
already
can get
ripped
to
his
the
off,
next
but-
building and try to hide
Wait.
this anybody evacuating from that handy explosion.
Yeah, and second floor. How close is that to the roof?
This is a 4-story building. So about 25 feet.
Okay. Can
But I fully endorse trying to escape the Azorius by running away onto the top of the Azorius Guild Hall.
yes, right? Absolutely.
love
I was
that.
thinking about Spider-Manning, but yeah, you're right. It's probably not the best
I mean,
idea.
totally. I mean,
Uh,
you could go up there and then blink through the roof into another part of the building and run away.
Kind of, yeah. But we'd end up split, so we'd end up real split.
Mm.
I mean, that might be for the best.
Just scatter is
Everybody has seen us.
Actually, yeah.
is firms scatter like we dip out.
this
Lavinia
point,
has seen us.
At this point, a large ruined hammer smashes through part of the door.
Oh, well, that's that.
We're gonna go.
Let's go.
I'm gonna start
yeah.
making my way for the window.
Yeah,
All right,
we'll go
so
out the
Saniba,
window.
you're gonna jump out the window. Where are you trying to go?
Yeah. I'm gonna step of the wind out the window right across into the explosive area that
Okay.
Strum flew up.
You mirror's edge your way over and and land and roll. Rolling past, it seems somehow a fire has started in that building. Not entirely sure what Strum hit, but it's on fire.
Well then,
And there are some Izzet firefighters there who are pumping water at it.
citizens, I am here to help!
As this Azorius clothed. Yeah, I love
Nice.
it.
That
Like
works.
lands
They
in the
just-
thing and is like, I'm here.
Make a deception check. You are proficient.
Come on, Suniva! Let's go! Let's go! Suniva the savior, come on!
16.
Yeah.
Hey!
One of them comes in. There are some people on the floor above. We haven't been able to get to them. Could you?
Oh yes, absolutely, and I will run on off.
And you just run,
The stairs are that way.
Oh, thank you! I just like not even missing a beat, wheel back around to like where they're pointing and make my way.
All right.
Wow. Wow, that's
Crab.
great.
How are you evading arrest?
That's a good fucking question. Shit. I can't jump down. I'm gonna have to try and jump across.
I mean, you can. It's only 20 feet, so that's 2d6 fall damage, and you end up prone. But there are people down there.
There's stuff down there, and if you take damage, that illusion.
Shit.
It'll look
I don't
fishy.
think this guy's self is tied to like taking damage.
Oh my
But-
god.
No, but physical interaction.
But you
with
would
the
leave
person can reveal
us
it.
centaur creator.
Physical interaction is
Yeah.
gonna look really weird.
Shit.
Krav, blink down one floor and drop the disguise self and hope that there's no one there.
I'm
And if
gonna
there are,
try
well,
it.
no
All
witnesses.
right, so
And then you gotta kill him!
you grab your demure necklace, probably hidden underneath the robes. Actually, no, fake robes for you. So you just reach through your disguise and grab your locket, and you just whoop disappear. And you can see in the ethereal plane, 60 feet away through the walls, you see the 12 Azorius arresters arrayed outside the door, including Lavinia.
Oh shit.
And you then a round later, you look down, and there was a restroom.
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
Fog!
Yes.
And you
Yes.
reappear in the restroom and just. And you drop disguise self.
Yes.
And
Now-
and do you want to end? Do you want to continue blinking for the next minute, or do you want to end that?
I'm-
Get the F out.
I know. I just want to run like a bat out of hell. Like I think
right.
I could just keep going.
Well,
Okay.
well, no, you're already there. You don't need to run right now. You just need, because everyone's distracted. You just need
You
to
want me to wait?
mosey. No, you need to mosey. Or
Yeah, so
Okay.
find
you're
a way to blink
So-
outside and get gone.
yeah.
Is there a
You
window
are
in
the
the restroom?
bathroom connected. You're in the bathroom connected to the barracks. There is a window in the bathroom, which is one of those tiny little shit windows that like there's no way a centaur's fitting through that. Like maybe a 16-year-old trying to sneak into a rave, but not you.
Okay, but I can get out through the barracks because we didn't walk through the barracks, did we?
You did. But you
Oh, we
look
did, so-
insanely different.
I'm
Yeah.
just a lost patron. Please escort me out. I'm old. I don't know where I am. Oh, this isn't bingo night. Oh, young man, can you help
With
me?
these crazy old
That being said,
centaurs.
actually, your Demir Signet can cast disguise itself up to 3 times. You could change your disguise.
Double pause!
Yes!
Do it! Yes!
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna disguise myself. Okay, okay. Whew. Disguise myself. I'm gonna look like.
You know,
just
a little suggestion, because this would be hilarious. Lavinia is quite tall.
Yes, you were reading my mind, dude. I am going to disguise myself as Lavinia for sure.
Oh,
Yes, 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 yes. Okay.
All right.
Wow, okay.
Doing my best to remember what she looks like.
All right.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
You can
Her
like
nose is a
look
little
up
different.
Lavinia on the internet, and pictures will appear. This is an actual
Oh,
Magic the
really?
Gathering character.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lavinia.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
no, I don't want to buy her card.
No, of course not. So
Oh my goodness.
you are in the barracks restroom, looking like Lavinia, minus the staff. What's your next move?
I'm just gonna walk through the barracks looking
All
really
right.
important.
All right. We are going to jump to Strum or Cyrus. Which one of you wants to go next?
Scrum is going
I'm
last.
still in the room. Strum's going last,
Yeah.
and,
Sure.
and as Cyrus is Cyrus is swift. He might not be the best at doing what he does, but man, this dude can move, right? So
True. Rogues, man, rogues.
yeah, rogues, man. Cyrus also has a climb speed, so he's gonna go straight up the building with his 60 feet of movement. And as he moves by, Strummy says, "Light it up. We got to get out of here." And then just all the way up to the roof. Yep.
All right, so you kick off your Azorius boots and
Gone.
just spider
Gone.
up the
Spider-Man.
side. And as you're going, a couple people like, one of them is going to the roof. Oh my God, there's an owl. When did that show up?
Yet again, Strum is just flipping people off.
Yeah.
So, the second that Cyrus leaves, Strum is produce flame, produce flame, produce flame.
Got it. Strum just puts his hands together, a nice stream of fire, just
I will say, specifically going for the papers that he saw, basically trying to give to Cyrus. Anything that appears legal and stuff like that, just to make sure that burns first.
Cyrus, as you climb away, you see Strum just infernoing this room, and at this point,
Attaboy.
At this point, some of the Boros legionnaires start to pull out their crossbows because that changed it from like what's going on to danger.
Oh, come on,
so
Dave,
they're
let's
going
go!
to take. They're going to take a shot at everyone they can see. So it's one against Cyrus, one against Strum.
Oof, I've only got 6 HP, guys.
Oh my God! No, you
do
don't.
not.
All right,
No!
Cyrus, that is a 16 to hit.
Oh, frick, hang on, let me check. Yep, it hits. Oh no.
Okay, you get caught for. Oh, you get caught for 9 piercing damage.
We're good. It hurts real bad,
And
but we're good.
Strum, oh, that's a 21 to hit.
Oh my God!
Yep, I got 14. Let's see if Strum dead or not.
That is 3 damage.
Yes!
Ooh, okay.
Minimum roll on that light crossbow.
Wait. Hey, I hit my button. Boom. I go and I blink and go invisible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so you teleport
I'm
30
gone.
feet and can turn invisible. Do you want to do that too, Strum, or no?
No, I'm gonna. I want to. Like the second that I know that I've set the place up, I'm like, Dave, up, and I want Dave to just fly up as high in the sky.
All right. So
Well,
Cyrus,
Dave shot
you
at
are
me. I hope
teleporting.
I'm on the roof. I don't know if I can break line of sight when I'm up there as well.
Yeah, you can teleport to break line of sight. But at this point, Strum and Cyrus would both notice that there are now Archons. There's always Archons
Oh,
What is that?
flying.
Nothing good.
What's an Archon?
Archon is a dude riding a winged Felidar, which is like a winged lion with big horns.
okay.
And they are very of justicey.
That's a complication. I'm still zipping. I'm at this point. Just Dave, as fast as you can, get us.
How long does this invisibility last? And do they look
Until
like
the
they've
start
noticed
of
my
your turn.
invisible start of my turn? Okay, that's super frustrating.
That being
so I would have
said,
moved 60 feet, and then I would have gotten another 30.
Yeah.
So
And then, to be
what's
fair,
my-
actually, they were shooting you. You were still acting, so you haven't used your action of that round yet. You could hide.
Do I have options, or is there a building I can get to before this invisibility is gone?
You could try to get to the one that Strum blew up. That's about it.
Which is behind me.
On fire.
And down now, which is annoying. Dang it.
Yeah.
Are there places to hide?
That being said, it's not like this is like a flat roof. Like there's crenellations and
That's what I'm
and
asking.
stuff.
Yeah. So there's places to hide,
yes.
but I don't. Okay. So my goal is going to be. This is a cityscape. Is there a let's even say if it's opposite side, there's another roof, anything, anywhere I can get to, or
yeah. Just not before the invisibility wears off. There's
okay.
buildings on the other side. There's this big fountain nearby. You could
I want to
jump
be
down into the buildings on that.
So making note of that, or whatever Cyrus knows, I would like to hide before the invisibility ends, but make my movement towards something like that.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Make me a stealth check, would you?
All right, let's hold on tight, everyone. Stealth?
This gonna be
No.
fun.
Oh my God, I cannot roll above a 10 when I need to.
Oh, except you're invisible, so you have advantage.
Oh God. Okay. Come on, stealth. I have a plus freaking 7. 17. Golly.
That's a lot better.
That's a lot better.
So you hide behind some crenellations on the side, a little turret, and wait for the invisibility to wear off. So that leaves us with Strum. You are up into the
Okay.
sky, and that you notice the Archons, which
Upon
are
noticing
wheeling
the
towards
Archons,
you.
I will go back down, and basically,
It occurs
I
to you that as an aerial combatant, they are definitely shifting to focus on you, as opposed to your
Of
companions.
course, makes sense. I would recognize that.
I'm invisible
I
right now,
would
so
like-
yes.
Basically, my current plan is for Dave to get low enough to basically fly through alleys or fly through a street. Is there any way I can do
Awesome. Absolutely. Could you
Okay.
make me
that? Oof.
an acrobatics check? Actually,
As the bird.
I think
Animal
you'll
handling?
assist. I think you'll assist Dave.
Nice.
So
What's I don't know what Dave's
just roll it with a +5 and
So-
advantage. That'll be around the right ballpark.
+5 and advantage.
Well, because you're assisting it, you're directing it to help it out.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Is that how this works? Oh, there we go. 16 plus 5.
Oops.
Sorry.
That's 21 though. That's
21.
yeah. You go up, you see the Archons, and Dave just goes into this whip dive down the alley. Saniva, you see out one of the windows. You see this large owl, Strum on the back, who looks very happy with himself.
Alright, that makes
So,
me feel a lot
and the-
better.
Yeah, and a moment later, you see two Archons, their large feathery wings, much
So-
significantly slower than this owl, whip-tailing out and diving through these alleys.
Okay,
So
okay.
my plan now at being street level is
Yeah.
as we are flying through the streets, I want Strum to be looking at windows, and the first opportunity he gets where he sees something empty or he sees like an old granny, he's going to click his button and teleport within.
So, you, as a Demir agent, know that there's a safe house just a couple blocks off.
Ooh. Okay,
You
I
can
will
teleport into.
hold it for that then. Yeah,
All right,
I'm just gonna wait for that moment and just poof.
all right. So Krav, you're basically home free with one deception check, which you're proficient in.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking nervous, y'all. Okay. Dice gods bless this electronic roll. Oh.
So that's a 7.
Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
So you start to try to mosey out of the barracks, and you get outside, and we're gonna get back to you because Saniva hasn't been come to in a little bit. So you jumped in, declared to the firefighters that you were here to help, and then went off towards the. Are you actually gonna go try to save a couple kids and blend in, or you got other plans?
Yeah, I will go and empty out a room, and the moment it is empty, I'm going to tear the Azorius robes off, so I've got my, day-to-day, fake guildless pharaoh, whatever, maybe I'm still disguised as
Yeah.
Celestia, and I'll just
Yeah.
take my hair down for my elaborate buns, so it's just this really long, yellow hair now, and I'll, smear
Alright.
some ash and stuff on my face, and I'll, make I'm also running out.
All right, so you're gonna be someone who is in the building. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Make me a deception check. Yeah.
Oh, not good! That's 5!
All right, and actually, because I forgot about this, you both Krav and Saniva actually forged disguises for their deception check, which should have assisted with advantage. So both of you, please roll one more time.
Oh, okay.
Please. Well, that's better.
God, I'm
13.
so nervous.
What the hell?
Same number.
What the hell?
Clop.
The
All right.
dice
Clop,
god will not
clop.
allow it. They're like,
All
no,
right.
you have the same number.
So, Saniva, you're able to just go into your being Saniva, who is in an unfortunate fire caused by some assassins, and totally
this is
get out
terrible.
scot-free. Strum, you get to this safe house quite swiftly, moving significantly faster than the Felidar. You're able to break line of sight, to teleport yourself in, and Dave can just fly off and... Actually, you can deactivate him, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Ooh,
just
yeah,
dissipates.
yeah, I can
Just goes-
actually, yeah.
Yeah. So, Krob, however...
There's a knock
Oh,
at my
God.
door, you guys. Oh my goodness, just take it. Oh my gosh, I'll be right back. I'm so
right.
sorry.
Cyrus,
Yes.
you reappear on the roof hidden. Strum drew away the Archons. There you can see a couple more in the distance, and they seem to be coming in to fill the gap, but they're probably
Sorry.
going to be gone for a...
Oh my god.
A
Okay,
minute.
I'm back. My sister just opened the door very loudly. Okay. We're alive and I'm ready
Okay,
to go.
I shifted
Let's
to...
do it.
It's okay, I shifted to Cyrus for a minute.
Okay.
So, Cyrus, what do you do?
Yes. Archons are missing. Looks like I got a little bit of time. I want to make my way to one of those other buildings that I knew I was working towards. Hop on over there, and I want to climb down a safer side. Just
Okay.
make my way down.
So you look over and you're seeing that the other end of the guild hall, at least for this moment, is pretty empty. There are some people who heard the commotion are heading that direction, but are not
Perfect.
currently paying attention. You could teleport to the other building using your charm.
So I had already
you just
used
hurt
it, and it
yourself.
says once a day. Do I get each of these once a day?
Oh no, sorry,
Or
I
just
forgot you
one
used
of
it.
these once a day. Yeah.
Sorry, no, it just one of the. I forgot.
Okay.
My bad.
No, it's fine. So I make my way to that side, trying to be as stealthy as possible, right? Like in the crenellations and whatever, so I don't get spotted by the flying things. And then look down. Does it look like I could make my way down, or do I need to find a separate exit route here?
There's
being
a
spotted,
pipe
I
of
guess,
some
is my-
kind that runs down. You could like fireman down that, and if you time it right and start acting like you're another concerned Azorius, you think he might be able to pull it off.
Cyrus is definitely cocky enough to try that. Let's go!
All right, so the timing and the
failures.
climbing are not super hard. It's the playing it off. So make me a deception check.
Of
You're
course,
proficient.
I'm proficient in this. So that is an 18.
All right, you slide on down, perfect timing, and just you just look at the person just disappearing around the corner in front of you, and you just act like them. And then you go that direction, and then a minute later, when you get an opportunity, you just take a hard left turn down an alleyway, and gone.
All of the
Graph.
stuff off, back to Cyrus, gone.
Yep. So you stride out of the barracks. Everybody looking at you, absolutely convinced as they look at you and then look away because it's Lavinia. She's busy, and you stride out the door, and just as you do that, jumping out of the flaming window, cape streaming through the air,
Real Lavinia.
hair flowing in the wind, is Lavinia, and she looks very well, she flies out and lands in the good old 3-point superhero landing, and she looks up and sees you, and then the crowd sees you, and she waves her staff, and there's a thrum through the air. She casts Dispel Magic and rends your disguise asunder. What do you do?
I book it. I book it.
All
with
right.
For 40 feet of movement.
Full sprint.
Double dash. Use your action.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
I want to get the
80 feet
hell
of
out of
movement.
here.
Come,
Yeah,
80
I want
feet
to
of movement a
dash.
turn.
Oh my god.
Clip clop, clip
Alright.
clop, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop.
As you are running away, that's hilarious. As you're running away, she waves her staff and moves after you a little bit, and then is going to try to cast Hold Person. But you know what's hilarious? Centaur or Fae.
Are you real?
Oh.
And as she
right,
does that,
baby.
Krav runs and dashes out, and at this point, she's not going to try to chase you, because that's not really her level of engagement. But I do need you to do a little skill challenge, as you now want to straight up chase. So,
Okay.
you're gonna need to make 3 skill checks. Athletics is definitely one of them to run. Other things that might assist. If you get more successes than failures, you get away.
Okay. Athletics.
Oh,
I will roll.
Come on.
Whoa! She's so fast!
That's good. Krav's so fast.
So fast!
I'm so
Wow.
fast.
Like there's an Archon pulls down to try to follow you, and you just outpace the flying Archon. Just
Just flat out. Oh my god.
Yes.
so.
Hell yeah.
The other 2 are whatever skills you can come up with that you think are that you can justify as applicable. For instance, you might try deception to dive down an alleyway and try to play yourself off of someone else. You might try stealth to break line of sight. Acrobatics to go over some difficult terrain and make it so they can't follow.
Athletics. Just,
You can't do the same one more than once, so she can't athletics again.
dang it. Just run through a wall. Just athletics.
You could try to break down an obstacle, make an attack roll. That's allowed.
Okay, I'd like
You're
to,
still
like
raging.
throw. I really want to
Yeah,
throw
you're still
something
raging.
big. Oh my god, that's right. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right. So
Reckless.
You-
I'm
Go.
gonna try and
take-
throw something big. Yeah.
All right, so there's like an arch that you pass under, and you take your big maul and try to smash it down behind you. Make me an attack with advantage, assuming you're willing to be reckless about it.
Yeah, baby. Of course, I'm willing to be reckless about it.
Batter up!
All right.
Let's go!
Yeah,
Yes!
All right, so give
25.
me 2d6 plus 6 damage. You need to do at least 11 to knock this thing down.
No!
Okay.
God fucking damn it! Ah!
You could frenzy and hit it again. I know frenzy, you normally have to activate it and then
Yeah.
smack it, but in my games, I personally allow you to go frenzy with the smack. That's my rule.
that's good.
It's a house rule of Nat.
That's a super
Well,
friendly
that's-
house rule.
The house rule of
I
now.
like that a lot.
Bonus attack, reckless, get it!
You
Okay,
gotta
let's
do
try
it.
it again.
You.
Yes.
Okay, gotta get
Roll
6.
again.
Come on, come on.
Roll again. You got to hit though.
Advantage
Oh, yeah,
again,
gotta hit
because it's
first.
reckless still.
Okay.
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 I mean, it's a wall. It's not going anywhere, right? So.
Yeah.
Alright, so you
Okay.
smash it once you go by, and you pause slightly, and wheel them all around with one hand, and you cleave out a good, 2-foot cube section of it, and the rest of it just tumbles down, and dust and rubble behind you.
Hell yeah.
That is 2 successes. Some of your pursuit manages to get over the rubble, but given that you can only get 1 more failure and you have 2 successes, you are able to evade the chase.
Hey.
That's right, baby. That's right.
So, you're all able to meet back up at of course, as Demir agents, you have the prearranged meet up, 24 hours after at the safe house.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you, naturally,
about
and you
you
go back to
been?
the one that, go back to the safe house you met Desalav at. And you are, Strum's there first, eating chicken.
Yeah,
Some-
I found a snack whilst I was waiting for everyone, and just that.
Yeah.
Hi everyone.
There's still a bit of a buzz from yesterday. You were able to do a little recon, and the investigation has absolutely started. They are absolutely looking for the people you looked like. And as a whole,
Exhaustion.
the assault is being blamed on the Demir, as you might expect.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, probably
sense.
everything is, even if it wasn't actually us.
Yeah. Well, actually, I guess that's... So, you have this weird thing, because the Demir in Magic are every Magic player knows the Demir are spies and stuff, but actually in Ravnica, publicly, they're a courier and mail and postal, they handle the postal. So actually, there would be rumors that they blame the Demir, but because obviously it's some leaks, but it wouldn't be like squarely placed because the Demir are not squarely seen as the spy organization.
Gotcha.
And we didn't drop any signet rings. We didn't drop any accoutrement that would link.
No. And they probably, after some investigation, found some of the outfits you shed, but that the people were in disguise as Azorius arresters. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
There is an APB out for one particular centaur at this point, though, because you got very clearly spotted.
Oh no!
Awkward.
And also for people who own giant owls that follow commands. That's a bit of a small population.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
But
I mean,
you're
I
able
made
to meet
myself
back at the
noticeable
safe
by
house.
flipping people off. So-
Yeah, you're able to meet back at the safe house and reminisce, I guess. Or you're waiting for. You're not sure if
Another
Zadek or
job
Desolov
well
will debrief you.
done. Good job,
Yeah.
Firm Zone. Another successful murdering and escape. And hey, the scatter technique has worked out really well for us. We're all pretty reliable on our own here, man. Yes.
I told you that everything was going to be fine. It always is.
Yeah, it's great. Strom, you did make sure to destroy all evidence, right?
I did. I specifically
Fantastic.
tried to burn all of the law papers and things that
Oh.
would start the eviction.
If I had to wonder, I'd think that we'd be handsomely rewarded by our guild master. I think this is going to be a really great payday for us, one way or another.
I'm just happy with food.
I just bite back into my chicken.
Yeah, Krav realizes how hungry
Well,
she is.
I mean, plus we saved, 400 people from being fireballed by the Azorius or whatever it
Well-
is they do?
We bought them about maybe a couple weeks for this investigation, but they're going to evict those people anyway.
I mean, we just kill the next one and make sure it doesn't happen again and again and again.
Is that I
Maybe
think they
that's-
call that job security at a place
Or
that where I
genocide,
I used to
mean,
work at.
That
job
got me.
security
That
or
was good.
genocide.
Yeah, that's a good one. They throw that around a lot. Yeah. Are we visited or while we reminisce, or do we
So,
have some time to?
So after there's some time and you all share a meal together, talking, suddenly you notice the fire stops flickering, and there's a
That
little
made me-
fountain up the side, and it's still, and there's a little light in, and everything is just frozen. Everything but the four of you.
Oh shit!
That is not right, right?
Nope. Nope.
And then from behind you, as none of you were looking that direction by happenstance, Zadek appears. Says,
Ah,
Jesus
So-
Christ.
Ah, scheisse!
adventurers. And at this point, as he says adventurers, you remember this is a dream. You think
oh shit!
everything of reality flies back to you. You realize what you did.
Wait,
Wait,
Malachar.
what?
Then.
Malachar?
No, none of this.
Wait.
This
I
isn't
hope
real, yeah?
Well, and Zadek reins up and see. This is how we reach out to prospective assets. I hope you've enjoyed
Us.
this little taste.
Suniva tears the locket off and chucks it across the room.
And once it gets about 4 feet away from you, it just freezes in the air, flying.
I'm on my feet and I've got my fists out. What is going
Sure.
on?
Whoa. Suniva,
This is not.
this is
No,
nothing
this is
out of
not
memory.
right.
this is not a fight we're gonna win.
I don't care.
Krav's gonna join her.
So, yeah, sure.
Shit.
Zadek's just
So
like, this
from-
has been nothing but a dream in your sleep, but you might do well to remember how much you enjoyed parts of it.
Is
Sunbolt
Is
in his
Mal-
face!
is Malachar?
You shoot a
Oh god.
I don't think it's
You
actually
shoot a
gonna do
sunbolt.
anything, but-
no, you shoot a sunbolt and it just fades through him and he dissipates into mist.
Shit. Suni,
I
have
just keep
questions.
sunbolting
Damn.
like where he was. Suniva's like not
Sure.
listening.
Sneeva's in anger mode. I get it. You're just rage. If
She's
you could
raging.
rage, you would rage. And you hear a disembodied voice. You will remember a point of contact, a place you can go if you're ever curious. And at that point, you wake up, and it's a normal day in this hellhole of a dungeon. And obviously, we're done a little early, so I figure that will give us some time for a little question and answer. Because that's always
Yes.
fun.
Yay,
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Nat, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Great
That
fun.
was
I
so
love
much
it.
And then we
fun.
We can ask Corey later on how canon this ends up being.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh man.
It could be one of
I mean,
those dreams where you wake up and you only know like just little parts of it.
It's like
You barely remember it.
unsettlingly
Oh.
perfect. Honestly.
That was really good.
I'm also like so in for that being potentially canon because that it's very interesting. Adds a bit more
I
layer
love-
to the world, and I like that.
I'm
Yeah.
into it. It's so perfect, really.
Yeah.
Like Suniva
I-
would
I
wake
learned-
up screaming and probably like sunbolting whatever's like in front of her.
Just not Malachar, hopefully.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
no. Keep in mind, also,
Oh.
Katrin's just gonna be like, "Huh? What's going on? What are you
Yeah.
all freaking out about?"
Cyrus will check.
Corey
Malakar's
says it's
pulse.
canon.
It's canon.
Cyrus
It's
will
officially
check
canon.
Malakar's pulse. So that's the
Oh, yeah,
just to
did we
make
kill
sure
him? If he
he's
dies, he dies.
alive.
So, in my head, when you wake up, Malakar's making breakfast.
Oh, good. Okay. I just wake up and
You
go,
bastard.
Suniva would absolutely like run over and give him a big hug.
Yeah, and he's gonna just be completely like, what's going on?
Strum won't hug, but he's gonna be there looking and just lots of like asking himself questions of like, is that the real Malachar? Is the one that the one that just all of those
cracked
kind
that
of
boy
questions.
open. Crof's gonna
Oh,
look
yeah, like-
over at Cyrus. Yeah, Crof's gonna look over at Cyrus and kind of read to see if we all are in the same boat.
just looks over, looks over, he's like, I slit that boy's throat. What?
I set a place on fire. That was really fun though, actually.
Did you? And just be like, did you? Just like,
Yeah, Crof's gonna
Exactly.
nod,
Well,
kind of rub his face. for a
Ah.
second.
Malachar, what's what
And I think at that point, I have to stop DMing for Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll save it for next time. Oh god. Yeah. So many questions for Malachar.
So good.
The most interesting intersection here, though, is that this won't actually have quite happened yet. It's next long rest, so it can be a
Oh,
bit.
it's the next long rest.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a time bomb waiting to happen. That's fine.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, that
gonna be
was just
interesting,
wonderful.
Yeah, Nat, that was awesome. 10 minutes of prep
Yeah.
time? Holy shit!
Seriously.
He's an improv DM. I know
Yeah.
that life. It's great.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
My average prep time for a game is about 10 minutes, but that's a bit of a misnomer because usually it's 0.
That's,
yeah.
I
And
could
also,
not. I would lose my mind. Oh.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It also helps that you know this world a lot
Yeah.
better than anyone, especially in anyone in particular.
Oh,
So it's.
by the way,
yeah.
the reason that Lavinia and Zadek are like these were kind of weird, you will realize at some point, is because they are previous guild masters. The current guild masters are Asperia
Ah.
and Lazov.
Okay, that's weird. I like that.
That's
cool.
awesome.
Lore. It's super
Lore.
I'm
trying
to love
Character
it.
Teach you
development.
things
Right.
about the world
Yeah.
and the Demir and stuff.
I love it.
love
I love
it.
it.
Nat, that was awesome.
As a note, just in case, Lindy has asked if we want to do like a just 15-minute one. She's gonna have to dip out a little early. So if we could
Sure,
end
sure.
us a little early as well, that helps her
Yeah,
out. So let's do this. Chat, if you're still around and you enjoyed this, which I hope you certainly did, and you have any questions about any of the characters, the game itself, or preparation in 10 minutes, this is a great time
Yeah.
to ask the
Yeah.
people who know. So we have a couple minutes here if you'd like to do so. Otherwise, Nat, that was really cool, dude. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was
I'm
kick-ass.
sorry I had to kill your boy. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, I kind of
about
made you.
that.
I was like semi-prepared for you guys just bulking at that point and just aborting. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how I would have filled as much time, but it would have been like the freeze thing at that point, and they would have talked.
Sure.
To you.
No, I liked the escape was great. The escape was like that was so important. We had to get out. Oh, that's good. That's good. Has Krav forgiven Cyrus yet?
For what? I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know if there's been enough time. We had a fight, and the fight was probably about 2 minutes long. So I don't think Krav's had time to forgive Cyrus for whatever the whatever thing. I don't even remember what it was. That's the problem with it being like weeks ago now. So
all right, so Juicin has asked Cyrus on a scale of 1 to 10, how good did it feel to stab Malachar?
As Cyrus. All right, so this gets way too. The issue I have with this is it's slightly too meta, because Cyrus is way more conflicted about it. But Cyrus also, in his background, on orders, has definitely killed before, and that's like not a known thing to have killed friends. So it's like it happens, but. On a scale of 1 to 10, you know what? He'd be indifferent to it. For the meme, though, super stoked. Absolutely. Ready. Yeah, super stoked. For Joel as a player, killing the better rogue feels really good, man. Feels really good.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Good stuff.
How can I join? Well, if you're on Twitter, family of friends, go check Encounter RP at Encounter RP. They just posted a little questionnaire application if you'd like to be a part of their summer season of shows. So if any of you are interested in doing those things, go apply. That is on their Twitter account. Go do the thing. It's a nice little Google Doc. Do answer the questions, and you might be contacted.
Yeah.
I've been thinking of trying to sign up for as a DM for Encounter RP.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I think I'd also be tempted.
I think that is a
I'm
separate
tempted.
sheet, so I don't know if they've
It was
already done
actually
that.
an option on like
was
the
it?
one that they
Okay.
just put out was if you were interested in just playing or in DMing.
Yep. So go
'cause
check
was
that
really
out on their
torn.
Twitter account. Go check that out on their Twitter account. Make your case, and yeah, you can probably join up. Cool. Anything else for us up
Give us
here?
questions. Give us questions.
Yeah.
I'll give a question to everyone. What was your highlight of today's off-the-cuff dream sequence session?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Let's
I'll-
go down.
I'll-
Let's start with.
You-
Let's.
I'll start. I'll
let's
start
go down.
because I got one in my
Okay.
head. Having you walk in and see that Mordal was Malachar. Just the reaction of your faces brought me visceral joy.
Good.
Classic DM style.
So good.
Yeah.
I think for me, I really like heist movies, even like terrible heist movies.
Yeah.
And it's totally why, and it has a big reason why I play Cyrus is like an Inquisitor type, where he digs that kind of scope out the place, case the joint, go get the thing, or do the assassination or anything like that. I think that's super cool. So just having the fact that it was all set up that way, I was like, oh my god, they have a costume closet, and we get to have like a moment where we all disguise ourselves, and we have a plan, and we're gonna go in,
really
we're gonna
fun.
trick everyone, and then we're gonna murder a dude, and we're gonna jump out a window. That's awesome. I'm super down with that. So yeah, I love the like heist feel of things. So that was my favorite, was just like the thematics for it.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Sam?
It was really fun because honestly, like, without giving too much away, this really plays perfectly into some shit Suneva's gone through in the past. So like getting to sort of like have them like freak out a little at the end was like having that opportunity of like in the dream, the realization that it was a dream and being like, what? Was really cool. Like, I'm glad that it wasn't just we got to have that in dream moment of like processing what just happened. That was really cool.
I loved Suneva's reaction. Like you just like committed to the. No, I'm just pissed.
Yeah, there. Oh man, I hope we get to talk about it sometime in game because
It'll be
tea.
fun.
Such
Can't
tea.
wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Malachar to get outed. Uh-oh.
I know. Oh my god. Drama.
So the
Okay.
thing here is, because I didn't want this to just be like this total unfair thing, is that Malachar doesn't know that they did this right now. So he's just like, he knows that they do this sometimes. He doesn't know that they did it to you last night.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a little
my
confusing for him.
God. My God.
Interesting.
Oh my God. Okay, my favorite
about you?
part. Oh my gosh, I loved I loved Croft trying to pass as this important person and then getting caught, and then that beautiful
say-
20 on her escape.
That was going to be my moment of choice. The idea of like Krav, like appearing as this woman of importance, stepping out of the bathroom of all places. I love. Like, even though it wasn't there, just the imagery of like a little bit of toilet paper on one of the hooves as you left the room, and then try to maneuver out.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Like,
it
to
was
me,
it was
just
so
the image
funny.
of that was so funny. I loved it so much.
I'm just literally seeing like the dispel magic hit her, and she's just like like oh, and
Yeah,
then she's like "Woo-hoo!" She's
it's
out
like
of there.
yeah, like the reaction you had of like oh oh no.
Yeah, that was definitely my
Alright.
favorite.
And of course,
Okay.
Jimmy, what was your moment?
Yes.
Well, I'm the same as as
Oh.
Bravo. That moment with Krav,
You
and
cheat.
just like I said,
I get it. You're cheating.
cheating a little bit, yeah. But I just I love those little moments of pure comedy and just the, like I said, just the snapshot in my mind of Krav stepping out with a little bit of toilet paper on like one of the hooves, and just
Like, this is normal.
Oh my God.
I am normal and important.
All right.
especially
I
considering
gotta-
it's Krav, the least talkative person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I loved making Krav try to heist. It was hilarious.
That was
That was
very
amazing.
Great.
Like,
She
we have
did it.
so
I
many,
will say.
especially because. No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I will say, Krav, though she may not have shown it, she really enjoyed that. It's like her whole
Aw.
lifestyle before this was like heavy like raiding, and there's no surprise, there's no setup. It was just like point and she shoots, you know what I mean? Like she just, it's just like mindless rage. And so putting the thought into it, like having a little bit of theater go into it. And then
Yeah.
I will say, and don't let this affect her characters, but she really likes these people, and she really likes to be with them. She may not show it, and she's bad at interacting, but she really does like interacting with these people and getting into hijinks. Aww.
So I have a question from Ragno1313 asking if I use the lazy DM prep for low prep, and the answer is that I've looked at a lot of Sly Flourish's quick DM prep stuff in the past, but I don't necessarily use like his checklist at this point. It's more freeform now than it was.
For those who might not know the checklist, what is this piece of advice?
So
that you
he's got a couple
Obviously-
books called
yeah,
Lazy,
I don't
Lazy
expect you
DM
to,
and
like,
Turned Lazy DM. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't actually remember the checklist in specific, but it's something along the lines of like have a strong opening, so something you plan to do to start it, have an idea of where it might end up, and come up with like 3 things that you could insert if there's a lull. And then he has a couple
like
other stuff he's added over time.
as a person who's done script writing and plenty of stuff like that in the past, it's basically just like the 5-arc story narrative kind of, okay, so that makes sense. That's interesting. Cool. I did see Fresh Coops also asked how long have each of you been playing for, which could be interesting because I think there's a wide range between us, I believe. So Nat, do you want to go first?
Yeah, Nat, go for it, bud.
Sure, I'll start. It will be 9 years in the fall, so 8.5.
9.
I started in high school with fourth edition, and played a bunch, and then I kind of transitioned to DMing that group, and I've only kind of recently found like the online community, but it's been a ton of fun, and I've been DMing for most of that time. So I'd say I have probably like 7 years of DM experience.
Damn.
Fun.
Nice.
Okay. I've personally been playing for about 4 or 5 years at this point. I basically, just from watching Critical Role and watching shows like or listening to shows like Drunks and Dragons, that was the first initial D&D show that I listened to, and I was like, this is fun. I love this. Just the shenanigans and everything involved in it. And then Critical Role came around, and all of my university friends were watching Critical Role. And then it was just a matter of like, oh, maybe we should play a game. And so I became the go-to DM. And so basically I've been DMing for a solid like 4 or 5 years at this point, which has been good fun, and I've loved it. I still have those moments of learning, but don't we all? What about you?
I mean, the moment you stop trying to learn as a DM is you get worse.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. How about you, Joel?
So I had played one shot with some friends about 1.5 years ago, and then I decided to start a show on Twitch as a DM, and I've been DMing for 1.5 years, and this show is the most I've been a player literally ever. I don't get to be a player very often, but I still maintain my own show on my own stream as a DM over there, and I've been doing that for about 1.5 years. So I'm like, experience-wise, not so good. Experience-wise on stream, it's a little bit different. Yeah, so it's, that's about all I haven't been a player very long, to be honest. So
how about you, Sam?
I have been playing with regularity for about 3 years now. That was also when I first started playing D&D5E, but I first actually got to play 4E like way back in college. It never really went well. It was always like we'd have like already been like hanging out and like drinking and stuff for a while, and someone would be like, we should play Dungeons and Dragons. And did, and it went as well as expected. So so about 3 years ago I had to leave work because of health reasons, and actually found Critical Role like the first time I was on Twitch. Really, I was like, how is D&D like trending right now? What is this? And I was just like, okay, I need this to happen. So
nice.
Yeah, and I've been DMing for about 1.5 years almost now. Or no, actually only about 8 months. It hasn't even been that long.
Ooh.
Love it. Okay, I have been playing. I played my first in-person game like my freshman year of high school, which was I think, God, 5-6 years ago. And so ever since then,
how time flies, huh?
Oh God, sheesh, it felt like yesterday. But anyways, that it was small stuff. It was a homebrew. Then it was just a bunch of small. I will say I have never stuck with a group this long. We've always just kind of like scheduling, and then your group dies out, and that sucks. But so 5-6 years, I have been putting off DMing because I'm horrified of it. And I'm focusing more with my dad. Actually, me and Craft Dad are focusing on writing more modules than DMing them.
Yes,
so,
I love it.
So I'm working on a Western one right now, which should be fun. But
that's amazing.
It's gonna be fun. But yeah, I love being a player.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Good. So a couple questions I think we can kind of wrap into one. Is this dream sequence going to make anybody, you think, question reality in the future? And is anybody contemplating a shift to Demir?
Oh God.
You'll have to watch to find out.
That's fair enough.
I mean, I can pretty easily say for Suniva, maybe and absolutely not.
That's fair. I think you showed your opinion of it.
Yeah. For Strum, definitely questioning reality. That's going to be a huge thing now, possibly for a while. But switching, possibly not. I said it in game, but like, is all that Strum has known. So the idea of possibly like jumping ship and moving to another guild possibly wouldn't be a good idea. I don't know.
It's interesting, but he's definitely showed interest in learning about these other guilds. So we will see.
Cool.
Ooh.
Cyrus. Cyrus.
No, and I don't know. I mean, he's not gonna question it gets too meta. All right, we got more games to play. I don't want to rock the boat too much.
I see.
Fair enough. One last question that I noticed, unless somebody noticed a cool question that I missed, in that how hard do you think this stuff is to pick up and play? Like, how hard is it to just pick up and play D&D?
Not hard.
Pretty dense.
To play? I feel like it's just roll up a character sheet, sit down, and start going. Like that's the best.
Like as long as you have a table that you're of other players and a DM that you're comfortable with, and like people that you feel okay asking for help and comfortable like being a little weird around. Like it's really easy. It's the easiest. You don't need to know any rules before you even sit down. Like they should help you.
I will say, always have that session 0 though of like knowing the ground rules, knowing what everybody's comfortable with, kind of get that out into the open beforehand, just to set the tone more than anything, and kind of it also helps to get an idea as to like the goals of each individual within the session, and
establish expectations.
So exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say, when I first started, I had told myself I don't want to play D&D because it was I was just so used to kind of getting into a gaming community, not knowing the rules already, and then being like shamed for that. And I think what's really cool about D&D is like you have like the community is so helpful, and so don't let all of the like countless like book or like the numbers or all the spell slots and all this stuff intimidate you, because not only is your players there to help you, your DM's there to help you. And then you have also, you could nowadays on the Twitter DM community, you could just tweet a question and then you're gonna have a million answers and help and further help with that. So like the community is really, really, really awesome.
The D&D community
so don't
on
let
Twitter
anything
especially
intimidate
is amazing.
That's the thing. This was
This
was the first time I ever interacted with anyone, like Dungeons and Dragons wise, outside of being in person, and I was a little worried joining this show, but then like literally session 0 with you guys, I was like, oh my god, this is like the coolest thing ever. It was so fun, we're all just do it, like don't think like, oh, D&D is only for like people who are good at math or people who are smart and know rules.
For
just
nerds.
Yeah, just do it.
So
I will say, Monster of the Week is a great way to start. That's only 2 dice. Yeah, Monster of the Week, if you want to get kind of the feeling of getting into a character and knowing the dynamics, Monster of the Week is something I really recommend.
It is great.
Couldn't agree more. It's actually kind of funny because when I was first invited to play D&D, I had like the opposite thought. It's like, it's not D&D's for nerds. It was like, I'm a nerd. D&D's for me.
I love
kind
that.
of funny.
I think it's also quite strange. Depending on where you live, there's always a strange level of expectations. Like I live in a country, Wales, which doesn't have as big a community of nerds and geeks. So you look at America and you've got things like San Diego Comic-Con. You've got all of these like huge, massive conventions dedicated to kind of geekery and all things bright and nerdiful, I guess is the way of putting it. So I do understand that there will be moments where you kind of look to something and you're like, oh, but do I go for it? Do I not? But the beauty, obviously, that with the internet and with the online space is no matter where you are, you can start kind of, whether it's looking for groups on Reddit, whether it's looking for groups on Discord groups. I assume there's plenty as well for like D&D related stuff now. Like as long as you start looking out there and looking for games, you're going to be easy to find them. Especially even like Roll20 forums as well is great.
Yeah.
Oh, we've brushed up against when we want to be ending this, so sign off. I have had a lot of fun. If you want to find us, we all got our Twitter handles on the overlay, and this has been a hell of a fun time. I have enjoyed this immensely, and frankly, I want to thank my wonderful players because I can bring much enthusiasm and fun and good ideas to the table, but it's the players who make the game happen. They make it more than just something in your head. They bring it to the table and bring it alive. So thank you.
And before we sign out, obviously we want to give thanks to our wonderful DM Nat, who has taken over the throne for today, and done a wonderful job in giving us such a fun little heist and escape kind of scenario. And also, a final happy birthday to our one and only Joel before we sign off.
Happy birthday!
Also, thanks again to our sponsors, Fancy Grounds, Wayland Games, and Tabletop Loot. Bye!
And all of that. Bye, everyone!